Welcome, learners, to the deep dive. Today, we're circling back to a really critical topic we've covered before on the artificial quant.
That's right, the whole AI and jobs conversation.
Exactly. But we've got fresh insights, recently published news, so this is an urgent update, especially, I think, for anyone in or heading towards quantitative finance.
Absolutely. We talked about the AI job apocalypse idea before, but today it's less theoretical. We're looking at the Wall Street Journal, seeing the real-world impact of generative AI.
The coding that writes, summarizes, codes.
Yeah, exactly. And how it's hitting the job market for recent graduates, especially in fields like finance.
Right. And it boils down to that fundamental question, doesn't it? If you're hiring, or if you are that recent grad, what exactly is the role for a 22-year-old starting out these days?
It seems the answer is changing, and changing fast.
Okay, so let's unpack that. The traditional model, as our sources point out, was always using entry-level hires for, well, the more routine stuff, right?
The grunt work, basically.
Yeah.
But it doubled as training. You learned the ropes doing that.
But now, tools like ChatGPT can just do a lot of that.
And do it quickly. It's fascinating, really.
Mm.
There's this Chicago recruiting firm, Hirewell. They mentioned marketing agencies have almost stopped asking for entry-level people.
Because AI makes that initial work a home run, as they put it.
Yeah. And you hear CEOs, like George Arison at Grindr, saying outright they need fewer people at the bottom, focusing more on senior engineers instead of some junior coders.
And it's not just tech, is it? We saw the example of Bill Baldrez at Futurity.
Right, the consulting firm CEO.
Yeah.
Opted for ChatGPT for social media copy instead of hiring a summer intern.
Wow. And he's even telling his own kids to aim for jobs needing those people skills AI can't touch.
And look, these aren't just stories. The data supports this trend.
Okay, so what's the bigger picture?
Well, there's a Burning Glass Institute analysis showing that since 2020, fewer and fewer grads are actually landing jobs that require a bachelor's degree across all majors.
And unemployment for recent grads.
Yeah.
It's higher, right?
Yeah, 6.6% last year compared to the national average of 4%. That's a significant gap.
Okay, now here's what I think is really interesting for our audience. Sectors like finance, insurance, information, they're still growing overall.
Right, but they're showing the slowest graduate hiring.
Which suggests what? That they're getting more efficient without needing as many new, inexperienced people.
Precisely. It points to efficiency gains, maybe driven by AI, maybe other factors too, but the outcome is fewer entry-level slots even in growth areas.
So what does that do to the talent pipeline if companies aren't hiring and training as many young people?
That's the million-dollar question. The sources call it a tectonic shift. You see more layoffs at the entry level, even while companies are actively hiring more experienced folks.
And the executives, they seem almost proud of this, mentioning workforce shrinkage at places like JP Morgan, Wells Fargo.
Yeah, it's framed as efficiency. One CEO talking about 20 straight quarters of headcount decline, calling attrition our friend. It's a new mindset.
Okay, let's bring this specifically to Quant Finance. Those entry-level analyst roles on Wall Street often seen as very lucrative starting points.
Famously involved a lot of, let's be honest, quite menial work for the first couple of years.
Copying data, reviewing documents, basic research.
Exactly the kind of thing generative AI is getting very good at. So those roles are definitely impacted.
We saw the Carlyle example, the investment firm. They're actually pitching to new hires that they won't be doing that old grunt work.
Right, they have this AI university training instead. Tasks that took days. AI handles a lot of it now.
But crucially, the analyst isn't gone. Their job changes.
Absolutely. It shifts to verifying the AI, questioning it, challenging it, critical oversight.
Yeah.
Carlyle says they've kept entry-level hiring volumes stable. But get this, 90% of their staff use Gen AI tools.
90%. That really shows the integration. A messy transition, as one source put it.
Yeah, and it highlights a skills gap, something Rebecca Price at Primary Venture Partners pointed out. What companies now need from junior hires is different.
It's not just basic coding anymore.
Nope. It's about spotting vulnerabilities, judging the quality of AI output, critical thinking, learning fast. Those are the table stakes now.
So what's the takeaway for you listening if you're starting out?
Well, companies are adapting training. Williams, the pipeline operator, has a new onboarding focused on business fundamentals because AI does the drudge work. The emphasis shifts to mentoring, connecting people.
And for individuals, maybe it means seeking out roles with more human interaction, like that example of Rosalia Burr.
Yeah, laid off from a payroll job, now looking for client-facing work. Her thinking is, AI can't easily replicate that direct human connection.
Makes sense. Or perhaps needing to be more entrepreneurial.
Possibly. Gaining experience outside that traditional analyst track might become more important. Alison Gates, the VC, basically said it's risky to assume AI won't have an impact. Better to prepare.
So this deep dive really shows a fundamental change, doesn't it? That old deal, do the basic stuff, get trained, it's kind of breaking down because of AI.
It is. Companies are getting leaner, more efficient, and they see that as a positive. The challenge isn't just fewer jobs, it's different jobs.
Requiring different skills.
Exactly. Skills AI struggles with. Judgment, critical thought, that human element, maybe even a bit of that entrepreneurial spirit.
So for you, especially in the quant space, as AI automates more of the doing, the value really shifts, doesn't it?
It shifts to the thinking and the connecting, analyzing the AI's output, not just accepting it, adding that human insight.
So the question to ponder is, how are you going to proactively build those skills, the ones that let you leverage AI and not be replaced by it in this evolving financial world? Something to think about.